11 Sports and For the Fans welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Hey look, high above the nightscape of Atlanta, Georgia, the Deep South and the Hive welcome you to Week 4 of the Simulation Football League. It is the finale of Week 4 in Season 15. It's the Charleston Predators traveling to Atlanta, Georgia to take on the Atlanta Swarm. Welcome in to the Hive, everybody. Chris Curtis, Gerald Giudice, along with our producer and commissioner Cameron Irvine and our statisticians. We are ready to go for a battle of 1-2 teams, Gerald, both of which were a couple bounces away from changing their fortunes through the first 3 weeks.
Yes, they have had bad luck through the first 3 games. You hate to say that this is a must-win situation for either ball club, but to drop to 1-3 going into next week's game, both of them playing against 3-1 teams, you'd have to say this is a must-win to keep their playoff hopes alive, even this early in the season.
Got to take care of business early on in this season to make your late season games that much less stressful. The defending champion Atlanta Swarm 1-2 after taking a loss to the much improved Denver Nightwings team a week ago. And then you have on the other side Charleston, who took out Sioux Falls, the defending second place team, as they were in the title game a season ago. They took them out pretty nicely on a 1-possession game. Charleston, though, with a point differential of -1, that tells you just where this team's mentality is. They don't give up until the bitter end, and you got to think the law of averages is going to play in their favor here soon.
You would think so. When you're at a -1 differential there, like you said, a bounce here and there could be a difference between 1-2 or 3-0.
Just about to get it going. It will be Charleston with the ball first. As you see Atlanta getting ready to kick it, that is Sammy Steele teeing it up, and we are ready for football in the Deep South. Ball on the tee, and we are ready in Atlanta. 2 1-2 teams doing battle. One of them is going to get on the 500 mark, and we are underway. Returned from the end zone to the 10 to the 15, spin at the 18-yard line, got to the 20, and no farther. We'll take a look at Charleston's offense here as we get through. We'll get the rest of the roster up, but let's talk about one TD Drew. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception a week ago. Pretty good completion percentage, 271 through the air in the win. He is turning into the complete package in Charleston, along with that 1-2 duo. It's Keith Swearingen.
Oh, I agree. Keith Swearingen, second in overall in the SFL in rushing. This is a much improved TD Drew from last year.
This is Swearingen up the middle. He is going to get swallowed up in a heartbeat. 2nd and 11 as we go into the rest of the Charleston lineup. It's Swearingen, Ken McCarroll, Buchanan Simons, your wide receivers. Lyric Da Vinci, we'll talk about him more in a second. Jay Taylor, the other tight end, and the tackles, Fred Dukes and Butch Menner for the Charleston Predators in all white uniforms with the black shoulders. Under center is going to be TD Drew. 6th on the defensive line right now for Atlanta. They send 4. Drew moves up in the pocket. He's being fought to the ground. He's going to get taken down. A sack for the Atlanta defensive line. It's 3rd and long here for the Charleston Predators offense.
Billy Ray Valentine there with his 2nd sack of the season, which is an interesting fact. Neither one of these teams had a sack last week, so their defense is coming to strong up here for Atlanta.
This will be Drew on 3rd and 14. Left side, that's caught. Still 1 yard short of the first down. Nearly had it where he wanted it. Jay Taylor brings it in, but it's short. They will punt it away.
Great tackle there by Moose Papino to prevent Taylor from turning his shoulders upfield and getting that first down. Bringing up a punting situation here. Early defensive stand for the Swarm.
Now that'll work for Atlanta. A quick 3 and out from the Charleston offense, and Atlanta going to get their crack at the football, nearly blocked as the special team coverage was really good. This will get out to the 33-yard line, return to the 36. And now we talk about one BDG Hollywood 1 week ago eclipsed the all-time mark for rushing touchdowns as take a look at his career stats right there. Big congrats to him. Hoping for more today for him.
Yeah, he had a great day last week. Had 52 on the ground and 53 receptions, but he had 53 on the air, but also had 3 touchdowns, including that record-breaking 96 rushing touchdowns for his career.
Absolutely. This will be his first touch of the football. Left side, broken tackle, but he gets a couple yards, make it 3. He had 10 receptions a week ago, did BDG Hollywood. He was one Atlanta Swarm offensive player of 3 that eclipsed the 10 reception marks. The others being Siege Falco and Boo Chisholm. As the offense really showing a dual threat potential with Bryant Dynasty at the helm, the second-round pick.
Yes, he's having a very good season, replacing the champ Marcus Dunhill there. So we're going to be talking about him later on the broadcast as well.
This will be Dynasty. First throw of the game over the middle. It's a well-timed throw, a better timed hit, but they get the first down. And wouldn't you look and see who it is? It's the long-time receiver. It's Boo Chisholm.
Boo Chisholm, one of those 3 receivers, like you said in last week's game, 10 catches for 90 yards. Big opening throw there by Dynasty, bringing the first down and taking them across the midfield.
That is going to be a Bryant Dynasty snap. Throw right side towards the sideline. Caught again. Tackled before he gets to the first down marker. It's a 7-yard completion for Siege Falco on the outside in Atlanta, moving the ball in their first 3 plays.
The other 10 reception guy from last week, he had 200 yards on those 10 catches and a touchdown. Had a really, really good game in the game against Denver.
Get to the actual Atlanta offense here in a second. Better late than never, I suppose. 2nd and 3. Offset I for Dynasty, one to the left. Hand off Hollywood. Quick little counter play. Has some room to go on the outside. He's going to break another tackle, get to the edge. He might have a shot here from the sideline. He's going to get all the way down to the 3-yard line. BDG Hollywood gets them 1st and goal.
This Charleston Predators team do not have the answer for BDG Hollywood. As you can see, great blocking downfield. It just turns on the afterburners, trying to get there to the edge. The defense gets the angle and brings them down inside the 5, but another great opening quarter carry for BDG Hollywood, setting the tone early for this Atlanta Swarm offense.
That's good pursuit by Johnny Bravo, the cornerback, who got up to bring him down and stop the touchdown, at least for the moment. Was it a matter of delaying the inevitable, though? That's the question. Looking like a run formation for Atlanta on this 1st and goal. Nope, it'll be a throw. Dines to the outside. Has Hollywood out there. Plenty of green in front of him, and he'll get right into the honeycomb. That is a touchdown for the Atlanta Swarm. Dynasty to Hollywood, and they lead by a score.
BDG Hollywood show has started early here in Atlanta, but what a play call. They looked like they were going to run it, like you said, and then there's just a quick out in the flat, and there was nobody there. He could have walked on his hands and knees to get to the honeycomb, as you said. Great touchdown, great opening drive for this Atlanta Swarm offense.
Exactly what they wanted on the first go for the Atlanta Swarm, as they will work to kick the extra point here. Sammy Steele has the ball in the center's hands. Snap good, hold good, kick up and on the way. It is up, and it is through. And don't look now, Atlanta picks up where they left off. It's a 7-0 lead in the Deep South with the finale for Week 4 on 11 Sports. And for the fans, stay with us. Back to it. Atlanta and Charleston ready to get at it, as the Predators will have the ball back here in very short order. Charleston going to try to do better than they did last time, as they had a quick 3 and out on the field. This ball will be returnable from the end zone. And it'll be to the 10, 15, right at the 15, spin move at the 18. Very similar to what they had last time to the 21. Let's talk about BDG Hollywood. Last time these two teams met, Gerald, well, this was the first play from scrimmage, and it ended up being the game winner. He's been doing this for a long time. He does it more here.
Yeah, it's a big old 79-yard touchdown run there. Almost similar to the big game he had in the first quarter of this game. And as I said, they just don't seem to have a handle on him right now. Look at the same blocking downfield. Beautiful. Then the burst of speed and gets to the corner and you can't get the angle on him.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult to have an answer for one BDG Hollywood, arguably a future SFL Hall of Famer, and he does really good work as we are about to get underway with this first drive, or the second drive for TD Drew and company. Let's see what happens with this first play from scrimmage, see if they give it to Swearingen, and we'll have a little bit of a feature set on one Lyric Da Vinci, the tight end. Got to talk about him. We'll talk about why here in a moment, as it'll be Drew under center. Swearingen is the only back. 2 to the right. That is going to be a quick tackle, second and 12. Let's talk about one Lyric Da Vinci. This is a very family-oriented league. We all know that. And Lyric Da Vinci and the Charleston Predators lost a member of their family, his aunt. And I'm going to try to get the name in front of me as well as as we go into this second and 12 play. Drew ready to go. Left-hander up in the pocket, throws deep down the middle of the field. It's tipped, and it will hit the ground harmlessly. 3rd and 12. That was very, very close to being something that was kind of special for the Atlanta defense.
As you see here, the points per game allowed, Charleston coming in 20th and Atlanta coming in dead last at 36 points a game, but somehow they're just coming out firing on all cylinders here, stopping this Charleston powerful offense.
And this is going to be to the right side. Caught, trying to get the first down, and Moore steps out of bounds before the first down marker. It's 4th and 2. Charleston looking at another punt as a nice tackle forces him out of bounds. It's Buchanan Simons.
Buchanan Simons there. Ball was thrown just a little bit behind him, and a great open field tackle there by Jay Miraculous to stop him from getting that first down and forcing him out of bounds, stopping the clock. Great Atlanta swarm defense so far for the first 2 drives, stopping Charleston without a first down.
Yeah, we will get a punt on screen here. Atlanta going to get the ball back here very short order from the 29-yard line. Kick up and away. It's going to go end over end out to the 35-yard line. Returned there and stopped at the 38-yard line. Atlanta with the ball when we come back once more. They're already up 7. Can they double that? We'll be back right after this. And back to it in Atlanta, Georgia. The Atlanta Swarm up 7-0 on the Charleston Predators. This Atlanta has the football. They've got 3 in the backfield for Bryant Dynasty. See what they can do on this first down play. Do they hand to Hollywood again right away? It looks like they do. Through the middle, has a hole. Pulls on the ground, and Charleston immediately recovers it. It's Alan Chisholm, the tight end, who actually, I believe, what happened here? This was, did he knock he had to try to dodge him, I think. What a play either way, and Charleston turns the ball over, Gerald.
That is an amazing play there for this defense. Opportunistic, gives them the ball back in great field position. Let's see if Atlanta's defense here can hold again.
It's the first time that Charleston's been on the plus side of the field. See what they can do with it. Drew under center, nobody in the backfield. Has the football. Quick drop, thrown, right side, quick slant, and that's going to be incomplete. On to the back to the point of Lyric Da Vinci. Alzada Cooley, aunt of Lyric Da Vinci, also a woman who helped raise Lyric Da Vinci when he was young alongside his grandmother, passed away recently, and definitely send some love to Lyric and his family if you guys can. Our thoughts and condolences from the Simulation Football League and us here in the booth personally to you, Lyric. Passed away from COVID concerns. And so it's just kind of a small reminder, or a big reminder anyway, of how short life can be. And Lyric Da Vinci and the Charleston Predators have devoted this game's effort to Alzada Cooley and the rest of Lyric Da Vinci's family. So again, our thoughts and condolences out to you. Nothing more can be said about that. We don't want to dwell on it too much. We want to play some football and help distract you in this very meaningful time. So very, very big thoughts and concerns out to you guys since we go through to this 3rd and 11. It is TD Drew in the shotgun. Swearingen is next to him in the backfield. Throw deep over the middle and just a little bit long for the intended target. Very close to hitting Simons there over the middle. 4th and 11. Charleston will punt again.
Again, another 3 and out for this Charleston offense. This Atlanta Swarm defense has come up big early in this ball game. I'm surprised how ineffective Charleston has been so far on the offensive side of the football.
Punt upcoming. Going to try to pin the Swarm down deep inside their own end. It'll bounce at the 12-yard line out to the 3, and it will be downed inside the 4-yard line. So good work from the punt team for Charleston as they pin the Swarm back deep, and they'll start their drive there. It's 1st and 10. As you take a look, that is the Who You Got poll. Atlanta having the majority of the votes in the community poll anyway. And Charleston trying to prove them wrong, down 7 at this point, at this juncture in the game.
Yeah, Atlanta's they like Atlanta's big, powerful offense there behind the arm of Dynasty and the legs of BDG Hollywood.
Let's see if they can give it to Hollywood right away. Bryant will throw immediately over the middle, over the right side anyway. That's caught at about the 18-yard line. Siege Falco on his second catch has him up to the 18, no longer trapped inside their own 5.
They get out of the shadow of your own end zone there. Great play there by Dynasty, throwing a sidearm to get it to right where Siege Falco is. Beautiful looking that ball right into his hands. Great camera work there, making a 1st down, keeping the ball moving.
Absolutely. Atlanta up 7. They would like to have a 96-yard drive if they can get it. Put themselves up 2 scores. Tight formation on the offense here. Charleston looks like they're expecting a run. Bryant Dynasty will do something different and give it on a swing pass. A spin move gets him past 1, but not 2, and Hollywood will get taken out after a 4-yard gain.
Tommy Zanardi there with a great tackle there, trying to spin out of the arms of 1, did so, but Zanardi wrapped him up and only let him gain 4 yards.
2nd and 6 for the Swarm. Line moving. Maybe going to send a little extra help here as Charleston potentially. And be through the middle, and Hollywood will fight his way forward, but not for very much. Make it a 3rd and 4 at their own 24-yard line. Huge 3rd down defensively here for Charleston.
Yes, definitely try to get that defense off the field here. They're probably just huffing and puffing right now, but he was stopped in the backfield, but BDG Hollywood found a way to gain yards on that run.
High formation for Dynasty. Handoff through the middle. It's Hollywood. He has a 1st down and a couple more, and that's exactly what they use Hollywood for. Put him into traffic and have him knock him down. It's 1st and 10.
Just amazing running there by BDG Hollywood. Great offensive play call there. Kind of looked like they were going to go wide, but then went straight up the gut. And you can see right there, he's averaging 10.8 yards a carry. That's BDG Hollywood for you.
That's exactly who that is. 56 yards to this point in the game already. In the gun is Dynasty. Short pass over the middle, and that's going to be complete. Short cross nets them 4 yards. 2nd and 6 as they continue to methodically move down the field. It's Siege Falco one more time.
Siege Falco with another great catch. This Atlanta Swarm offense can be devastating when you have BDG Hollywood and you have Bryant Dynasty coming into his own. Coming in this game, he had 1,139 yards in 3 games. So you know that you have to be careful of his arm.
This will be right side. That's caught. Looks like a potential first down, but Hollywood ends up just short as a nice open field tackle is going to bring him down, and it's 3rd and 7. Or 3rd and 1, sorry.
Johnny Bravo there with the tackle. As BDG's getting an earful from Tom Missionardi right there, but defense really needs to hold up here for 3rd and 1.
This will be a key 3rd down once more. Do they give it to Hollywood again? Is going to be the main question. That's going to be a free play. Dynasty realizes it, gets it to the outside, keeps with the play, and it's going to be a spin move and a first down anyway, as Hollywood gets where he needs to go, moves the chains, and they'll decline the penalty and take the yardage.
Charleston there tried to guess the snap count there to hopefully stop BDG Hollywood, but Mr. Baker jumped off sides right there, gave them a free play, but it really didn't matter as the play netted a first down, and it's going to keep this clock moving and the drive alive.
3rd first down of this drive for Atlanta. See if they can keep it going as they are now close to midfield anyway. Falco lined up bottom of your screen. Split backs for Brian Dynasty. 5-step drop, looks short, left side, caught, got some room to go on the outside, burst of speed and a broken tackle, and out to the 39-yard line in Charleston territory, and Brian Dynasty slinging it early, taking what the defense gives him. It's Boo Chisholm.
Boo Chisholm right across the middle and gets a little bit extra right there. Looked back, gives the quarterback a great target to throw to, got a missed tackle there, and then just powering his way, refusing to go down. And Boo Chisholm becoming a force in this game early for the Atlanta Swarm.
1st and 10 for Atlanta. They're in plus territory for the 2nd time tonight. Split backs for Dynasty. 4 on the defensive line for Charleston. Handoff through the middle, and not much more than a couple. They'll say 3 yards for Mr. Hollywood, and that will get it to the 36.
It's got to be frustrating for this Charleston defense because Atlanta's having a great mixture of runs and passes, getting BDG Hollywood, even with a decoy, with a play action. They're just moving the ball methodically down the field, and Charleston doesn't have an answer yet.
That was a throw to the right side that is caught towards the sideline. It's Siege Falco for an 8-yard completion. Check that previous play with Mitchell O'Brien that had the rush to the left, the fullback for Atlanta. Got them the 3 yards. Now it's a 3rd and 2 after Falco brings that one in.
3rd and 2. If you're the Charleston defense, you just have to try to guess who's getting this football. You would think it would be BDG Hollywood, but you have Jamal Wooding as a tight end. You have Mitchell O'Brien, as you said, C. Falco, Harrelson, Chisholm. They have just too many weapons.
A lot of weapons for that Swarm offense right now, and this will be Hollywood, one of their premier weapons, but this time he's brought down behind the line. No first down on this play, and good job by Charleston to force the 4th down. It would be a 50-yarder from this spot. Jack Brown comes up to make the hit and take the opportunity away.
As Jack Brown, the team's leading tackler coming into this game, had 32 tackles for the season, had a 9-tackle game last week against Sioux Falls. Let's see what they do here. They are bringing out the field goal unit.
Yep, Sammy Steele on the field, ready to try to give this one a boot. Be a 50-yarder from this spot. It's the left hash. Right-footed kicker getting lined up. Just outside the right wing of the Swarm logo. Snap is good. Kick is on the way. It looks good, and it is good. Plenty of leg to that one from Sammy Steele. Makes it a 10-0 Atlanta lead, and that is a big-time boot from a big-time kicker.
Big-time boot, the rookie, the 45th pick, and he actually goes and hits the net from 50 yards. Great kick there by Sammy Steele to put this game up to 10-0 and make it a 2-score game.
Wouldn't be surprised if that would have been good from 54 or 55, the way that one was in the air for. He's got it on the tee again, ready to boot it downfield and give Charleston another chance with the offense on the field. Return to about the 10, to the 15, and stopped at the 20-yard line exactly. So let's bring back out one TD Drew, as Sean Harrelson did what he could with the, I'm sorry, not Sean Harrelson, That would have been the return man trying to do what he could with that. And now we're going to take a look at the Charleston offense under a microscope. Haven't been able to do much in this first quarter of play as we're coming up to the end of it, Gerald. This is going to be a key drive, I think, for Charleston to try to reverse the momentum and get this crowd out of the game.
And they have to do something. These have to get a first down here for the first time in this quarter, and it doesn't look like they're going to do so. They're going to go into the second quarter without a first down and without any points.
Jay Taylor on the reception there, and that will leave the clock running as we get down to the end of the first frame. It's a 10-0 lead for Atlanta at the Hive. The battle of 1 and 2 teams turning out in the Teal and Black's favor. We'll be back right after this. And back to it. Start of the second quarter from Atlanta, Georgia. Chris Curtis, Gerald Giudice, Commissioner and Producer Cameron Irvine, and the Lopez is on stats for us today as we get ready to go in Atlanta, Georgia. Charleston has the ball down 10. TD Drew trying to make it up immediately over the middle. It's caught, and it's going to be a broken tackle to the 30-yard line, trying to turn on the Jets towards the sideline, and he's gone to the house. First play of the second quarter nets them points. Charleston's tight end Lyric Da Vinci for his aunt and his entire family just got his team back to within a score.
I don't think anyone could have tackled Lyric Da Vinci there.
No.
As soon as he got his head on that football, he had his eyes on the prize the whole time, and you could have had 22 Atlanta Storm out there, and I don't think you're going to stop him. Unbelievable catch and run by Lyric Da Vinci. There's probably tears in the eyes, but way to go, young man. Way to go.
He's on the sidelines. I can guarantee you somewhere on that Charleston sideline, he's got his head in his hands right now. That's a great catch from a really good tight end in Lyric Da Vinci. That's going to bring us to a 4-point game, possibly 3, with Amanda Moyer has her way. Kick is up and on the way, and it is good. So the first play of the second quarter finds Lyric Da Vinci with the ball in his hand and all sorts of motivation at the 10-7 game. Atlanta gets the ball back as Charleston will kick it away.
What a way to come out here and to take the buzz out of this Atlanta Swarm crowd here. Makes it a 10-7 game. Momentum clearly on their side right now.
That is a crazy turn of momentum as well, as this will be touched back in about 10 yards deep in the end zone for Sean Harrelson and company. Atlanta back out on the field after giving up a big long strike, which, to be honest with you, with the amount of points these two teams give up per game, it's actually kind of on pace. It's usually 30 plus points a game against for each of these two teams. So you kind of thought you'd start to see some long strikes, start to see things open up, Gerald, and that's what we saw in that particular play. BDG Hollywood, the deep back, he'll get the ball on first down, tries to break a tackle, he does, but then gets swallowed up at the shoelaces. It's a 5-yard run, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, BDG Hollywood right up the middle there, just powering over defenders. Going back to that Charleston drive, Atlanta has been really bottling up Swearingen. In the first game, they only had averaged less than 3 yards a carry. So they're going to their double tight ends, and Da Vinci came up big. But let's see if Atlanta can respond here in kind.
Off your I formation for Atlanta here. This will be through the right side. BDG Hollywood still trucking along, and he's going to get himself a few more yards. 1st and 10 to the 32. I believe he got 7 on that run, and that'll put them forward again.
I would love to see a stat of yards after contact, because I'll tell you what, he's a north-south running back, and that's just what you want here in Atlanta, just going right down the highway.
It's unreal what he can do in the open field. This is right side spin move back the other way, and that is a nice move to get them 8 yards, 2nd and 2. And that's Boo Chisholm doing what he does best, making moves in the open field and getting his team yards.
That could have been only a 3 or a 4 yard gain, and that spin move, he just planted and turned right at the sideline, gained an extra 4 yards, bring up a 2nd and 2.
3 in the backfield for Atlanta, 7 in the box defensively for Charleston, trying to get a stop here. Has some room, does Hollywood spin move past 1, gets a 1st down, and then gets swallowed up by 2 Predators. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line as Hollywood trucks his way forward.
Another big gain by Hollywood, but you got to be careful with those spin moves, because he tried that one in the first quarter and fumbled the football.
Yep.
Got to make sure you have that football secured, but another 1st down and moving the chains again for Atlanta.
Deep drop back, thrown right side, good swing. Gonna try to get past the defender, but he's all over him. Make it a 4-yard completion, 2nd and 6 out to the 48.
Johnny Bravo again talking some smack to BDG Hollywood, saying, "You're not getting past me this time, young man." So we'll see what happens here on the 2nd and 6.
This is a key down for Charleston's defense. They want to keep it to as long as possible, a 3rd down for Atlanta. Oh, another free play, handoff. That's going to be a big hit behind the line, but it's not going to matter. They're going to get them closer to the sticks. It'll be what likely be a 3rd and 1 when all is said and done with this.
Again, they're just trying to get involved here, just trying to get back in the defense, and that time it's Jeff Hollywood, not spelled the same, jumping off sides, trying to stop BDG Hollywood. But it's laundry on the field, brings up a 2nd and 1, and at this offense, anything is possible.
And it's the 2nd time that Charleston has jumped offside before the snap in this game. Handoff Hollywood, trying to get that yard. He does. He's got some more room to go. Tries a spin, gets taken down by the right leg. 1st and 10 as they move it into Charleston territory fairly deep, just on the precipice of field goal range.
As BDG Hollywood again, but the offensive line is just opening up holes, and you see a big block there by Mitchell O'Brien leading the way, clearing a big hole for BDG Hollywood to get that 1st down. They have some pretty decent, he's a 6'1", 250-pound fullback, just making holes for you. It's kind of easy to gain yards.
In the gun, Brian Dynasty has the ball, 3-step drop, thrown left towards the sideline, caught. Boo Chisholm on that side of the field. That's his yard, 2nd and 6 after a 4-yard completion.
That ball was just thrown just a little bit behind him. He bobbled it, but he made sure he had his feet in, made sure he just gathered the ball and didn't try to do anything special with it. Just get out of bounds, protect the football, bring up a 2nd and 6.
See what Atlanta can do. They're now a 52-yard field goal away if they want to go that way. Still only a 3-point game. To the outside, there's a catch. Got to turn it upfield, and he's going to get taken down at the line of scrimmage. That is not what they were looking for on that play. The fullback, Mitchell, it gets brought or brings that one in and gets taken down. It's a 3rd and 6.
I believe that was Johnny Bravo again with a big open field tackle on one of those flat passes here. But it's a big defensive stand right now for Charleston. See if they can hold them to a field goal or maybe put them out of field goal range with the sack.
Defensive box moving around a little bit here for Charleston. Through the middle, taken down before they get to the first down marker. That is a missed opportunity for the Swarm and good defense. Mitchell O'Brien got brought down before the marker, and it's 4th and 1 decision time for the Swarm. It would be a 48-yarder from this spot, which is likely how they're going to go. No.
Yeah, if you have BDG Hollywood back there, and the way Charleston's been jumping, I like this call to try to get him to jump off sides here, get a free first down.
Yeah.
Which I think it's exactly what they were trying to do. But it's a good try from Atlanta. But what a tackle there by Jack Hoffman. Atlanta tried to switch it up there. They tried to do a quick inside handoff there to Mitchell O'Brien, kind of using BDG Hollywood as sort of like a decoy to open up the middle of the field. But Jack Hoffman stayed home there and made a great tackle to prevent first down.
Mark Chisholm did not like what he saw out of Bryant Dynasty in that hard snap count. Gets in his face, grabbing the face mask and everything, making sure he knows exactly what he wants him to do for next time. 4th and 1, and out comes Sammy Steele, 2nd attempted field goal of the game. This one from the left hash this time. As he'll try to boot it through. It's high snap, handled well, kick up and on the way. It is up, and with no issues on that side. So another 3-point conversion for the Atlanta Swarm, gets them a 6-point advantage as we play here in the second quarter.
You really have to consider that a victory there for Charleston, the Charleston defense, just to hold them to 3 points. I mean, they're driving the ball decent down the field, but Charleston's not breaking, except for that one touchdown, big run, and subsequent touchdown reception by BDG Hollywood. This Charleston defense has been playing well.
They have indeed. Now Charleston has the football back in their possession as this bus ball will be returned from the goal line to the 20 to the 23-yard line, no further than that. As we have the schedule for next week kind of on your screen right now. Atlanta, Chicago will kick us off Saturday at that is 3 p.m. That is Rich Patrick and Cameron Irvine's game. And then your crowd play game of the week, Vegas and Tulsa, Sunday at 4:30. So if you guys have not downloaded crowd play yet, get yourself that app. It's on Google Play and iOS right now. Go grab it right now. Get yourself prepared for that game next week and win yourself some money. That's going to be through the middle. It's Swearingen on the run out to the 46-yard line, as he gets taken down in Atlanta territory as the Predators starting to figure out how to run the ball.
I think that's finally put him in the plus yards as far as yards go, because he was at minus 4 yards for 3 carries. But you see, he just runs over Jay Miraculous. Big play there, 23-yard gain it seems like, and is a first down for Charleston.
And that'll get them back to 1st and 10 territory. See what TD Drew can do. Lyric Da Vinci has the only score for the Predators so far. Deep over the middle of the field, tipped and intercepted. You kind of saw that coming as it was bounced off the hands of the receiver, and Atlanta turns the ball over on the very next play, and that is going to be Aaron Lee, the strong safety.
Aaron Lee coming into this game with 42 tackles, leading the team, gets his 46th career interception. Costly turnover for TD Drew and the Charleston offense.
And Atlanta back out on the field with a 1-possession lead. Can they make it 2? We find out after this. Stay with us. And back to it in this second quarter of play. Atlanta with their first play from scrimmage. A juke move on the outside after the swing pass gets Hollywood 8 more yards to add on to his reception totals. He's got 25 through the air with a receiving touchdown. It's 2nd and 2.
You talk about that wonderful flat pass you see right there. Just a little bit behind him in a bobble. And then you see Johnny Bravo right there again. Every time he gets the ball in that flat, Johnny Bravo is right there. They gain 8 yards, brings up a 2nd and 2.
This will be an 8-yard completion that sets up the 2nd and 2. 7 in the box defensively as Brian Dynasty staring down the barrel of that large mountain of flesh, the Charleston defensive line. To the outside. First down and more. A lot of green in front of BDG Hollywood, who still has plenty in the tank. It's at the 49-yard line, 1st and 10 Atlanta.
Better throw there by Dynasty. As you saw, the last time was behind him. This one, he actually led him and was able to keep his shoulders turned upfield and gain a lot more yards. There's a lot of green. And first down again in Charleston territory.
1st and 10 at the 49, Atlanta, just into Charleston territory again. They've gotten points every time they've been down here, or in this side of the field so far. 2 to the right, 1 to the left, handoff Hollywood through the middle, and he's going to get a couple. Let's make it 2nd and 7. Actually, Mitchell O'Brien on that carry, and a few more added to his total.
I got to give BDG some rest there once in a while. He's just been the whole show so far in this first half, but you see, he's thrown through 7 times and has 7 catches for 41 yards, bringing up the 2nd and 7.
About to get the 2nd straight week, possibly, of 10-plus receptions for the running back for Atlanta's offense. Dynasty, long drop back, throws it deep, right side, open man, caught, 10-5 to the house. That is a touchdown for the Swarm, exactly what the doctor ordered for Siege Falco and company, and they get it to a 2-score game.
When you run the ball great with BDG Hollywood, you can actually just have Falco just absolutely just blows by Johnny Bravo, who might have been having his eyes back there in the backfield for BDG Hollywood. Gets a step late on Siege Falco, and then it was just an easy pitch and catch over the shoulder. Easy touchdown and a big score. Big turnover. And a big conversion there for the Atlanta Swarm.
That was a really nice play to turn the momentum back in Atlanta's favor after the Da Vinci touchdown, which we really hadn't seen either team want to grab that momentum. Snap good, hold good, kick is up and on the way from Sammy Steele, and the extra point is through. 20-7 lead for Atlanta as we play with about 3:43 left in this first half. If you guys are just joining us, missed a good game so far. Unfortunately, scoring more on one side than the other, but it's still pretty competitive, 20-7 as we play here. Chris Curtis, Gerald Giudice in the broadcast booth, Cameron Irvine, our producer and commissioner, in the booth hitting the buttons for us as well. As we have Charleston about to get the ball back again. Welcome those of you on the 11 Sports and for the Fans Network. Thanks for letting us into your home on this Monday evening. This will be returned to about the 21-yard line. And we go through, we talk about Brian Dynasty and BDG Hollywood, and rightfully so, but Brian Dynasty, as mentioned, he's got a really nice total for passing TDs entering this week.
Yep, he was 2nd in the league. As you see, he was tied with Wilson Nickens there, just behind Caswell and E.T. King. But he added 2 to that total so far tonight. Mm-hmm. So, Brian Dynasty having a great rookie season.
Absolutely. 2nd-round pick. Definitely making things happen. Pick 11 in the 2nd round, if I'm not mistaken. That's going to be a tackle towards the sideline right away. Swearingen can't get past the first layer. 2nd and 4.
Swearingen's finally getting some positive touches in this offense. And if Charleston wants to get back in this game, they're going to have to get the ball in his hands in multiple ways through the air and running the football.
Under center. TD Drew, defensive box moving up a little bit. Maybe to try to send some extra help. Swearingen gets immediately swallowed up. I would say he got swarmed. Pun absolutely intended. And it's 3rd and 6.
Ray Valentine there with a tackle for loss. The offensive line for Charleston with Fred Dukes and Butch Minner seeming to be having a hard time with the front 4 of Atlanta Swarm with Porter, Valentine, Jefferson, and Joshua Williams. So let's see what they can do here on this third down.
Crowd getting loud on this third down. Plenty of time for drop. What is nearly intercepted. The route was beautifully jumped and nearly brought in. 4th and 6. It'll go down to the pass deflect, but could have been so much more for Jay Miraculous.
Jay Miraculous and TD Drew, you was miraculous that ball wasn't picked off. He just jumped the route, just watched the quarterback's eyes. Look at that. Unbelievable. Just could not keep his hands on the football, but a big 3 and out again, and with 2:34 left and 2 timeouts remaining, boy, you don't want to give the Swarm back the football in good field position the way they're moving the football.
4th and 6, and Charleston will punt one more time, give Atlanta back the ball possibly one more time at least before this first half comes to a close. This is going to be an end over end, get it past midfield, maybe a little bit further into the 37-yard line, returned up to the 41, and that is where Atlanta will come out and start their next possession. So Atlanta's been very efficient with points. They've had to punt one time in this football game so far. Everything else has come up really nicely for them in the first half as far as possessions to points go. Charleston needs to find a way to keep them off the scoreboard. They cannot keep letting Atlanta nickel and dime them. Otherwise, this game will get out of reach pretty quickly against this for this offense that's kind of struggling. Yeah,
definitely. The offense is, believe it or not, I can't believe it's struggling. This will be, believe it or not, I think that might be the first incompletion for Bryant Dynasty in the game.
Which is saying something, because that's a pretty big number to have as the linebacking core comes and gets him 2nd and 10 for the Atlanta Swarm. 17 for 18, Bryant Dynasty is to this point, so you are indeed correct. It's his first incompletion of this football game.
Jeff Sabolka just putting the shoulder pads right on the number there, forcing the first incompletion, bringing up a 2nd down.
2nd and 10. I formation, handoff Hollywood. He's going to have the ball at past the line of scrimmage. Had to break a tackle behind the line to get to the line. He does it and ends up getting 2 yards. And that's the mark of a very, very good running back and a future Hall of Famer, as he just does not take no for an answer. Jack Brown had to come up and make the hit.
Jack Brown, the 7-season vet here, as you can see, a 2-minute warning coming up.
That'll be about a minute or 120 seconds until we hit the halftime break. 20-7, Atlanta has the ball in the lead. This is the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. And back to it from Atlanta, Georgia. It is Atlanta with the lead and the ball as we hit the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 8. Trying to get their third first down on a 3rd down. This is going to be over the middle, but it's picked off. Back the other way comes Charleston, their 2nd turnover forced of this football game. And Charleston has the ball in plus territory immediately on a very nice return and a mistake from Bryant Dynasty. It's Josh Reese playing center field.
Josh Reese, they're coming up with a humongous turnover there for this Charleston Predator defense. Like you said, putting the ball inside plus territory, that could be a huge momentum swing.
Very well could. Charleston would love to get some points before this half is done. You see there again the points per game allowed. 36 points allowed by Atlanta so far this season. 31 on the scoreboard from Charleston against. See if maybe this can be a scoring drive for Charleston, one they desperately need. That'll be swearing into the right for 2 yards. Nothing more than that. And that will be Aaron Lee coming to make the hit.
Lee coming up with a big tackle there, bringing up a 2nd and 8. They need to get that ball downfield a little bit, at least get 3 points out of this drive here to at least cut it to a 10-point game at worst.
2 to the left, 2 to the right. 1 in the gun, 2nd and 8. To the outside goes Drew, gonna try to turn it upfield. Good stiff arm, gets him a couple more yards, but still short of that first down marker. Swearingen doing everything he can to fight for every inch.
Yep, Swearingen right there was just putting his shoulder down, trying to get some more yards, but does the smart thing, gets out of bounds to save those timeouts, those precious timeouts right now, and it's going to be a 3rd and 1.
And this is a very crucial 3rd down. They're still looking for their first 3rd down conversion of this football game as Charleston. Going to try to make it happen here. In the gun is TD Drew. Swearingen to his right. Still 1:20 to go in this 2nd quarter. Backs it up. Looks to throw. Routes developing. Over the middle. It's picked off. That is not where he wanted to put that. Tried to lead the receiver, but led him too far, and waiting is the linebacker to make the play. It's Bradley Chubb, and Atlanta turns it over again.
Big mistake there. I'm not sure I like the play call right there. You have Keith Swearingen in the backfield on 3rd and 1. You could have, I think you should have just run the football there. You have all 3 timeouts. Keep the ball safe, but it makes a big mistake again for Charleston.
That's a big hit to take. This will be Atlanta back on the field, 4 in the defensive box. Dynasty with the play action, plenty of time. Left side, that one is caught. Somehow held on to, and Atlanta's going to run a little no huddle here. See if they can catch the Predators in a 1 formation set. Over the middle, that one's tipped and nearly intercepted again. It'll hit the ground harmlessly. It's 3rd and 2.
Big play there by Jack Brown, making a 3rd and 2. I don't understand why they just went up to the line. You have 2 timeouts. You have plenty of time. I think the only saving grace for Charleston with that last turnover is there might be not enough clock for Atlanta to score.
3 to the right, 1 to the left. 58 seconds and 2 timeouts for Atlanta to work with. Over the middle, that one is going to be caught in a sea of Predators. There were 6 in the immediate area. The catch has made its first down, and a few more out to the 42. They're still on the precipice of field goal range, not quite there yet. Long drop back for Dynasty. Going to be a nice fade over the top, and it's caught to the sideline. Is going to be Siege Falco again, getting him down to the 12-yard line.
Siege Falco there with a great catch. He somehow just gets one hand on that football and takes it down inside the 15, down to the 12. And can Atlanta, believe it or not, with less than a minute to go when they got that interception, can they turn this into points?
That is a big boy throw from Bryant Dynasty as well. Real good work from him to put that just out of reach of the incoming defender. Flag on the play. Free play for Dynasty. They're going to take a hit. It's going to be a sack. It'll stop the clock with 35 seconds left, but they'll replay the down with a little advantage.
Yeah, another offsides. Again, I think this is Mr. Baker's 2nd false start, or I'm sorry, offside penalty. That's huge because that brings him inside the 10 to the 7 with plenty of time and both timeouts remaining. The playbook is wide open for this Atlanta Swarm offense.
Let's see what Atlanta has to do with it. Dynasty is under center. Hollywood is the back, 7 in the defensive box. Looks like there's more receivers than there are coverage people out. We'll see what kind of zone they get into. This will be left side for Hollywood. Going to try to spin past 1. Tries to spin past 2. He can't do it. It'll get him 2nd and 1, and Atlanta will call their 2nd timeout.
Almost did the spin cycle to get in the end zone. This brings up a 2nd and 1 here. This is where I love to see little tight end to the corner, or maybe Boo Chisholm on a slight out route. But Charleston's got to come up with a big defensive stand here.
There's no better time than right now. Got to try to keep it to a 2-score game. To the outside, towards the pylon, and he's in. That's going to be, no, he's not in. It's going to be a step out of bounds. 3rd and 1. That's what they're going to call. Hollywood with the left foot just hit the white paint, and it's 3rd and 1.
Oh, I thought he was gone right there, but Luckily for Charleston, he stepped on that white line, bringing up a 3rd and 1. I think you're gonna see a power run here from BDG Hollywood.
Yeah, no need to overcomplicate things. Just give the man the ball, let him do his work. Instead, they'll pass to the outside. They'll go his direction again. This time, trying for the pylon. Does he get in? No, he does not. That's going to leave the clock running for a minute. So it's 17 seconds left on the game clock for this first half, but they're in position. They may just go ahead and try a no-huddle play. Pump fake, end zone, not going to happen. Out of the back of the end zone, 2nd and goal with 8 seconds left.
You think they're probably going to go for a field goal here, but you have 8 seconds. You still have a timeout. Give the ball to BDG Hollywood and just let him try to power his way into that end zone.
2nd and goal. They're going to opt to kick the field goal instead. That's the right play.
I don't know if it is the right play. I mean, yeah, it's a sure 3, but man, you could have put 7 on that board if given it to BDG Hollywood, I think.
Yeah, Snapper's good kick is up and on the way. It is up and it is through. So Sammy Steele does his job and adds that 3 points. It's arguable, though, Gerald, you take those points because Charleston's had a bit of an issue on offense so far in this game, and your defense is playing very well. Why not put some trust in them?
I get that, but now if you put that touchdown on the board, it's now a 3-score game. I mean, granted, they have to get 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions, but it's still a 2-point game. You had plenty of time. You had 8 seconds and a timeout. I would have gone for it, but like you said, sure points are sure points.
Yep, that's where my opinion lies anyway. This will be through the middle to the 20-yard line, and that is where TD Drew will come out for what is likely going to be one play. And then we will see the locker room. But it is a 23-7 game, 16-point spread so far. The over-under for this, the unders are kind of cheering them on at the moment. 65.5 going into this football game based on the opponent's points per game, along with some other factors. But it's been a fun one. Even though it's a 16-point game, it's been pretty competitive. It's been pretty compelling. Good storylines on both sides of the ball so far in this football game. As Drew is going to be under center, likely going to try to get them in the locker room with no further complications. Handoff Swearingen through the middle. Has some room to go, but not very far. And that'll get him 4 to end the second quarter. So 23-7, Atlanta has the first half lead as we head into the locker room. It's been a fun one on offense for Atlanta. Let's break it down with our own Gerald Giudice for his halftime thoughts.
As Atlanta has played exceptionally well offensively in this first half. You have Bryant Dynasty, the rookie, 23 of 27 for 222 yards, and BG Hollywood with 133 all-purpose yards. But the big thing you see right there is a time of possession. Only 6 minutes of possession time right now for Charleston, and that's not going to get the job done offensively for your football team. And TD Drew with 2 costly interceptions that have resulted in 10 points for this Atlanta Swarm offense. The Atlanta Swarm defense is containing Keith Swearingen, only 27 yards on 6 carries. The only big play for Charleston was the touchdown pass to Lyric Da Vinci, the 80-yard score.
Yep.
But all in all, Atlanta's been playing great. And like I said, they were giving up 36 points a game coming into this game and only giving up 7 points at the half. They got to be really proud of the way their defense is performing right now.
Atlanta's defense playing very well, only giving up 1 first down so far in this game to the Charleston offense in any situation. And then their leading receiver, talking about the Charleston Predators, is Ken McCarrow, 2 receptions for 14 yards. The one long bomb to Lyric Da Vinci is the longest yardage play for them to this point. On the other side, Siege Falco, 8 receptions, 129 yards for him. He's got only 9 targets. He's caught most of those. Boo Chisholm with 4 catches for 44 yards as well. Have not had a Sean Harrelson sighting on offense or a Jamal Wooding sighting on offense, which they tend to factor in more than this, but it seems to be working for him. So why stop what works? 83 yards on the ground for BDG Hollywood. Mitchell O'Brien has 11 yards on 3 carries as well. And nice turnovers so far from Atlanta. There was a fumble on the ground from BDG Hollywood that was recovered by Charleston. That's one of their only 2 turnovers forced from Charleston, and then 2 on the other side, as well as Atlanta got a couple of interceptions. As we head into this third quarter, Gerald, do you think we start to see some different strategy? Maybe things start to open up, or do you start to see TD Drew kind of collapse and start taking what the defense gives them?
I think you need, if you're TD Drew, you're going to have to start taking what the defense gives you, because they're probably going to not have the safeties like Miraculous or Papino get beat deep. So he's going to have the underneath routes there for them, for him to throw, I believe, in the second half. But they got to start moving the football. 14 first downs to 1.
Yep.
With Atlanta being ahead of that, that's just a recipe for disaster if you're Charleston.
Chris Curtis, Gerald Giudice with you in the broadcast booth high above the Hive in Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome in week 4 of season 15 in the Simulation Football League. And thank you for welcoming us into your homes this evening on the digital platforms of FTF for the fans and 11 Sports on your cable and satellite providers. Thank you for making us a part of your Sunday night. This will be returnable from the end zone about to the 15-yard line to the 20, and that'll get out to the 23-yard line. 1st and 10. Out for the Bryant Dynasty show, which is what this is turning into. Threw the ball 27 times, as you mentioned, in that first half, of 23 for 27. He's been very, very efficient with the ball in his hand. Had a couple of long plays, but a majority of them have been short. They're just he's letting his playmakers do work.
Just get the ball in the hands of the playmakers and let them do their thing. 23 to 27 being a very, very efficient. You see these little short out routes and then goes deep and oops.
No, this time it did not work the way that it was intended, as that is going to be an incomplete pass over the middle. It is Zach Lay who nearly brought that one in playing center field.
Exactly. Looking back, just ball was behind him a little bit. He couldn't get his hands quite on it. But first time we called Zach Lay's number, I believe. He had 9 tackles last game against Sioux Falls. So he brings up a 2nd and 10.
See what they can do. 2nd and 10, offset I formation for Atlanta. Handoff, Hollywood, right side, has one to go off tackle, decides to try to split the difference between 2 defenders, and that is not going to work. Gets 3 yards. It's 3rd and somewhat long for Atlanta, and this could be a momentum turn for Charleston. Should they stop Atlanta on this 3rd down? They've had trouble in that first half of keeping Atlanta to these 3rd and longs. They were 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, sometimes 3rd and inches, and it really started to hurt their chances. We'll see if they can do it here. Backing up is Dynasty over the middle, deep. That one's picked off, back the other way, and turned over again to the 46-yard line. This time, Lay, I believe it is, who brings it in, as he had a second opportunity at it, and it is Zach Lay gets the ball in perfect position for the Charleston Predators.
That is Zach Lay's first career interception in the SFL. The week 2 signing comes up big there for Charleston, and here we go. This is the drive that Charleston needs to put points on the board. TD Drew's got to be safe with the football. Get your hands into your playmakers, Da Vinci, Simons, Baccaro, Swearingen, and Taylor.
Single back formation. It is Swearingen in the backfield. He'll get the ball on 1st down. Going to try to find a hole where there is none. He'll get himself forward for 3 yards. 2nd and 7 to the 44.
With the 2 tight end set that Charleston runs, one of only 6 teams that runs 2 tight ends. They're running the ball, surprisingly not effectively against this Atlanta Swarm off defensive line.
Seems like they keyed in on Keith Swearingen and told TD Drew, you're going to be the one that beats us. That's what it sounds like to me. It's going to be a spin move and a 1st down, getting him to the outside. That is going to be another 1st down. They've doubled their 1st down output in this game with that one throw as TD Drew fires one to the outside. I believe that's Ken Maccaro over there.
Maccaro gets his 3rd catch of the game for 23 yards, but a big 1st down at least puts him in field goal range right now, just on the outskirts, I believe, but they need another couple 1st downs, so they need to get the ball in the paint here on this drive.
Be a 52-yarder from the spot, but they do not want to settle for that 3-point attempt. Drew sees something at the line. He's calling it out to his receivers. Handoff. through the middle. Swearingen goes nowhere. 2nd and 10 at the 35 again.
Jeff Hollywood comes up there with a big hit, brings up a 2nd and 10. This Atlanta Swarm defensive line of Porter Valentine, Jefferson Williams are playing absolutely fantastic. Really not giving Swearingen a lot of holes to run through.
Swearingen is the deep back again on the offset. Drew over the middle. That one's caught. Can't quite turn it upfield, and it will be 3rd and 2. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and replica jerseys are out now. Get your name on the back of your team's or your fan favorite team's jersey, and visit team stores and libraries for purchase options through sector6apparel.com or through our website at www.simulationfl.net. Just hit that shop button. 3rd and 2. For Charleston, looking for their first 3rd down conversion still. That's going to be a running throw over the middle, and it hit 2 Swarm players on the way to its destination. It'll be 4th and 2, and decision time for Charleston. They could kick a field goal here. It'd be 44 from that spot.
Amanda Moyer seems to be trucking out there on the field there. 24 of 27 for her career coming into this game. You take the 3. I think you really need to get points on the board. I would love to have seen him go for it right there.
From the left hash, Amanda Moyer, the left-footed kicker. High snap, handled well, kick up and on the way. It is up, and it is through from 43 officially. So it's a 13-point game. It at least eliminates the need for two-point conversions at this point, but now their defense has to stop this high-powered Atlanta offense for a couple more times. Good work from Moyer to make it a 13-point affair. Atlanta is going to get the ball back in just a moment when we come back to the Deep South. It's the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Stay with us. And back to it. This will be the kick that's gone for Atlanta as they'll get the ball back to about 5 yards deep in the end zone and returnable to the 15, back to the 20, returnable to the 23-yard line is where they'll give it. Let's talk about one Bryant Dynasty. He is from Pearl City, Hawaii, which is interesting. He is the oldest of 5 with 4 younger sisters, and he started skateboarding at the age of 31. Interesting time to start that, Gerald, as the 2nd-round pick is becoming quite the staple for this Atlanta offense early on.
Yeah, picking it back up at 31, I wouldn't have done that when I was 11 or 21, but yeah, he's been coming into his own.
As he fires a seed to the left-hand side, 2nd and inches, as that is complete. Jamal Wooding sighting his first catch and the first target of the day for the big man, the tight end. 2nd and inches, the 31-yard line.
And speaking of Dynasty, I said to him, I asked him how he felt coming in, trying to replace Marcus Dunlap. He says, I'm just trying to be me and just do what I can do to help this offense and make this team a winner. And he's been amazing so far in the first 4 games of his SFL career.
This will be a play action to actually, no, Hollywood did get that football. Really good deception work from Dynasty on the play action, 1st and 10 to the 35-yard line. That said, I mean, you got massive shoes to fill. If he's not thinking about that, that's fantastic. But what a story Marcus Dunhill was, riding off into the sunset with an SFL championship under his belt as he went on to other pastures inside the league. So that kind of a new start, but more of a retooling for this Atlanta team who are trying to pick up where they left off, and they feel they have the right person in Bryant Dynasty to do it, and it's hard not to agree looking at what he's doing in this game.
Yeah, during this game, he's 24-30. He does have the 2 touchdowns, but he does have the 2 interceptions, but still, overall, just a brilliant job of just running this offense and being really consistent and putting the ball in places where it should be put. So, good job by the young man.
This will be under center. 2nd and 10, handoff to the fullback who gets hit right at the line of scrimmage. O'Brien not able to get forward. It'll be a 1-yard loss, and the linebackers come up to make the hit on the run blitz.
It's Joseph Sabolka again right there. The 6'5", 300-pounder coming up and filling the hole, bringing up a third and one of the rare third and longs here for this Atlanta Swarm offense.
Split backs formation. Deep drop back, plenty of time. Right side going long, and it's tipped and nearly intercepted once more. And that is a big 3rd down stop and a good job by the Charleston defense, who's starting to make some inroads. And what they're doing most notably is calming this crowd down. The crowd has not been a factor since early on in this football game.
They have not, and Zach Lay, who's come up big here in this 3rd quarter with the pass deflection right there, sets up a punting situation. Charleston could get the ball in decent field position to start off with, and you stay tuned, folks. This game isn't over yet.
This will be a kick that is gone end over end. Get a fair catch called for at about the 27-yard line, and that is where Charleston will start this next drive. So TD Drew back out on the field. They got some points on their last drive. Now they need to turn 3 into 7 and see if they can do that. 3 turnovers so far for Atlanta and a total of 3 points off of those turnovers. So missed opportunities abound for Charleston. Got to take what Atlanta gives you because they don't give you much.
No, they don't. When you get those opportunities, you need to put them in the end zone. 3s don't help.
This will be a throw on 1st down, caught left side, and an immediate open tackle. Nice work. Jay Taylor brings it in. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Jay Taylor with his first reception of the football game. As you saw, if those underneath passing routes are going to be open. Last drive, you saw Larry Da Vinci catch one just inside the 1st down marker. As you see, they're not going to get beat deep, so TDU just got to methodically just pick apart the underneath routes, I think, right here to get them back in this ball game.
Offensive line showing some strength up front, and they're going to take down Swearingen immediately. Swearingen has just not been able to get it going the way he wants to. Not a lot of attempts, only 41 yards on those attempts, about 10 carries.
Yeah, with that loss of 2, he's down to 39 yards. Just this, Swearingen cannot figure out this defense right now on the ground.
Chance for Drew on this play. Over the middle, tipped, and what an athletic pass deflect over the top. That was a great play, and that is Dylan Rowland, the linebacker, who came up to jump at that and get a fingertip on it to knock it down.
Great play there. Great athletic players, like you said, to bring up this 4th down and a punting situation here. Big stop by the Charleston defense. Comes up with a 3-and-out for their offense. Not a good sign for them right in this part of the football game.
The 1 in the PD column will not do that play justice, but it is what it is. Nice work from the Atlanta defense. This will be returnable to about the 38-yard line, and Atlanta will have the ball back. So Charleston couldn't do anything on that. Then Atlanta has their turn to try to make it a multiple possession game once more. Stay with us. Back inside the Hive in Atlanta, Georgia, 23-10. The Swarm have the lead over the Charleston Predators. Atlanta has the football, trying to put themselves up by 20 points if they can do it. Handoff Hollywood on a counter. This will be a run to the left off tackle, and he'll get himself 6 more yards to add to his total. That'll get him with 102 on 16 attempts. He's been an efficiency machine and on just about half the normal workload for a running back of his caliber.
Yeah, he hasn't had a lot of carries. He only had 40 carries coming into this game. But yeah, maybe they're just saving him for the latter part of the season so he's not so dinged up. But he's having a great game so far.
They'll try the same play, but not the same result, as they'll get knocked down. That'll get knocked down, and he'll hit the turf pretty hard. It'll be 3rd and long again. Charleston doing a good job this half of forcing Atlanta into long 3rd downs. They do it again here. Now Atlanta's got to pull something out of their bag of tricks to keep this drive alive. I
think you're going to see him go to here, either Boo Chisholm here, or maybe even Siege Falco on a deep out here. See where they go.
They're 4 for 9 so far in 3rd down. This one's picked off. Their 4th turnover that Charleston's forced, and this one has some legs. Back to the 38-yard line, over the middle again, and Charleston making Dynasty pay for going over the top. It's Josh Reese for his 2nd time this game.
Again, reading the eyes of Brian Dynasty, he was looking for Siege Falco, and a great return sets up another big opportunity. Charleston needs to cash this one, and they can't settle for 3 here. With 3:43 to go in the 3rd quarter, you need to put this ball in the end zone.
How many times is Atlanta going to give Charleston a chance to get back into this football game, and how many times is it going to take for Charleston to take advantage of those opportunities? Can they do it here? Handoff Swearingen, and he is going to get a couple of yards. They'll say 1, 2nd and 9, out to the 37. They're just on the outside of field goal range.
It's a hard 1 yard there to get, but Dylan Rowan there came up with a big hit. Charleston's got to find a way to get the ball wide. Atlanta is just bottling up the middle of that defense.
Under center. Handoff through the middle. And that is going to be looks like he didn't get much. 3rd and 9 coming up. I can't read. That's fine. No problem. 3rd and 9 coming up at the 34-yard line. And the Predators on the cusp again of possibly letting an opportunity go by the wayside.
They got to find a way to get the ball out in the air, try to get a 1st down and keep this momentum going. They can't settle for 3 here.
Drew's in the gun, so we might see a throw here. We will. Quick drop thrown, left side, caught, upfield, 1st down and more. Get him out to the 24-yard line. It's Ken Maccaro for his 4th catch of the day. None bigger than that one as they move the sticks inside field goal range.
Great call. Out route, the sideline route going underneath. Great pitch and catch there. Tried to do a spin move to try to get past Blake Hamrick there, but Hamrick tackled him, but not before they get the 1st down, and they're on the brink of the red zone right now.
2:23 left here in this 3rd quarter of play. Charleston with the football in scoring range. Would love to get it down to a 1 possession if they can. Swearingen has a hole. Going to try to fight his way through it. Has a 1st down and 1 more. He gets absolutely lit up just past by Aaron Lee, it looks like, and that is 1st and 10 for Charleston as they get it to the 13.
One of the longest runs of the day here by Swearingen. As you see, the offensive line finally opens up a hole for him, getting past the front 4, bring up a 1st down and big time drive here for Charleston Predators.
Take a look at Dylan Rowland there. He made a nice play to stall the last drive. He'd love to make another one here to do the same thing. 1st and 10. Closest Charleston has been to the end zone outside of that bomb they had to Lyric Da Vinci earlier. Drew up in the pocket. He gets taken down really hard. A 3-yard loss on the sack, and the defensive line makes an impact for the Atlanta Swarm.
That was Billy Ray Valentine again with the sack. That would be his 2nd of the game. Big time play there, bring up a 2nd and 13.
Under center. Handoff. Swearingen goes right into traffic, unfortunately, and he's going to lose 2 more yards. 3rd and 15. Now, if you are Charleston, Do you go ahead with the time remaining? Do you just try to get it closer for your field goal kicker, Amanda Moyer? Or do you try to take a shot here and see if you can go ahead and get yourself into the end zone on this play?
Well, that's tough. I mean, you take the safe 3, but it's only 3.
Right.
I think you have to go for the end zone here.
And that's where they're going to try to the outside, try to get to the sideline. No broken tackle there. They split the difference just about and get to the 11-yard line. That'll make it more than a chip shot. 28 yards for Moyer, and that'll bring out the special teams unit. So let's get the Predators back out here. They'll have a chance at 3 from the right hash. Left-footed kicker from that right hash. Snap is low, handled okay. Kick is up and on the way. It is up, and it is through. 27 yards is the official stat line. It's a 10-point game. Now Charleston, who has played better defensively in this second half, has to get a couple more stops out of this Atlanta offense to give themselves a shot late in the game.
Yeah, the Little Mo's wearing white right now, but with 4 turnovers against an Atlanta Swarm team, you have to get more than 6 points off those turnovers.
Yeah.
That's just you're just leaving points on the board.
Yeah, exactly. You'd even give a touchdown to one of those turnovers, and we have a completely different ball game at this point. This will be returned back to the 19-yard line, didn't quite hit the 20, and that brings out the Swarm on offense. So 3 interceptions for Bryant Dynasty, 1 fumble recovery by Charleston. It equals the 4 turnovers. Dynasty going to try to calm it down. His team has the lead. His defense has played very, very well, keeping them in this football game. This could have gone south in a hurry based on the quarterback stat line. In the gun is Dynasty, though. Second round pick from this last offseason's draft. Takes a play action over the middle. That one's caught, and that was a seed right where it needed to be. That is going to bring us as well to the end of the third quarter. Atlanta starting to move the ball in this drive. We'll see if they can get themselves back to a 17-point lead when we come back to Atlanta. And with that, welcome back in. It is Atlanta 23, Charleston 13 as we play in this week 4 finale. Chris Curtis, Gerald Giudice with you in the broadcast booth. I formation for Atlanta on this 1st and 10 play after the really nice throw to start this drive out. Hollywood can go nowhere on this particular play. So let's talk about Bryant Dynasty for a moment, Gerald. We were looking at it during the break. He started this game 17 for 17. Since that 17th completion, 8 for 15, 3 interceptions. Charleston has figured something out against this kid.
Yeah, giving them some different looks there on the secondary. Kind of got them rattled here a little bit. The offense has not been clicking in this second half for Atlanta.
This will be to the outside. They'll try to get it into Mitchell O'Brien's hands, and he's going to get hit hard after a few yards, make it 3rd and 5. As they'll have a chance at a 3rd and medium. This is their shortest 3rd down attempt since the second half started, talking about Atlanta. But the other thing, too, you notice, Gerald, is that Hollywood really hasn't touched the ball much in this second half. They've kind of put the ball in Bryant Dynasty hands and lived or died by him.
They have, but they have been focusing on BDG Hollywood a little bit, and he hasn't really gotten going in the second half.
That's going to be over the middle, a great throw over the middle. Finds its way past midfield. 1st down and more. Boo Chisholm, first time we called his name in a bit, gets a big chain move, and Atlanta's starting to move again.
Yeah, when you're 3rd and You look third and short. Look for your playmakers. It's either BDG Hollywood or Boo Chisholm. So one of the two are going to get that football, and Chisholm made a big play right there to keep the drive moving and the chains going.
High formation. Dynasty looks, throws to the outside. O'Brien has the football again, and he'll get a couple more yards, a 5-yard completion to his receiving totals, and we'll get it to 2nd and 5 as they're on the outside of field goal range. They would love nothing more than to get points on this drive, whether it be field goal or touchdown. I don't think they really care much if they want to trade field goals with Charleston, and they're in a position to do that.
Yeah, I think if they just take some time off the clock, score with about maybe 6 or 7 minutes to go, even if it's a field goal, the way their defense is playing, they're just not being able to do anything about it.
And that's going to be through the middle. It is going to be Mitchell O'Brien who gets them a first down. 1st and 10 to the 31. They're in field goal range at this point.
I like the play call. I like them getting Mitchell O'Brien in the offense. Basically, like you said, BDG Hollywood hasn't touched the ball much the second half, but they're using him as a decoy to open up a little bit more of the passing game and the flat routes to Mitchell O'Brien, some to Boo Chisholm. So we'll see if they continue this trend here in the fourth quarter. And as I say that, they give the ball to BDG Hollywood going up the gut for one. Big tackle there by number 54, Joseph Sepulka, who seems to be around the football a lot. Way there to BDG Hollywood out of the backfield. Brings up a 3rd and 3. Nice little flare pass there. Dynasty, they're giving Dynasty a little bit easier passes to throw here. So maybe get his confidence up here with those 3 picks.
And this will be a 3rd and 3 play, as mentioned. 3rd and short for Atlanta. Looks to throw. Plenty of time right side. That is tipped and incomplete. It'll hit the ground harmlessly. Should have been something there, but not going to happen. 4th and 3, and Sammy Steele going to try to come out and add 3 more to it. It'll be a 41-yard from the spot.
That ball was a little late getting there. Siege Falcon was able to get tipped and fall to the ground, but like we said earlier, 3 points is enough to make it a 2-touchdown game instead of a touchdown and a field goal.
Right.
So it's a win for both Charleston defense and the Atlanta offense being able to put points on the board.
Snap is good. Hold good. Steele's kick is up, and it is up and through with plenty of leg. So 26-13, Atlanta has the lead over Charleston, as we'll get the points added here in a moment. At the time being, this is the perfect scenario for Atlanta. Charleston struggling on offense to this point, putting touchdowns up. We'll see if they can go ahead and reverse course when we come back to Atlanta. It is closing in on 7.5 minutes left in this fourth quarter in Atlanta, Georgia. Stay with us. The Simulation Football League and 11 Sports, and for the fans. And back to it, 26-13 game. Charleston has the football in their possession as they will return it from the goal line out to the 15 to the 20, and he bowls over a special teamsman at the 26 and gets 22-yard line, gets taken to the 23, and that is where Charleston will start this drive. TD Drew and company back out on the field as they try to figure some things out. They've got one touchdown to their credit in this game, an 80-yarder to Lyric Da Vinci earlier. You take away that and a 31-yarder by Swearingen, they've got 90 yards of total offense for the day, which is not fantastic as far as the totals will speak to. Swearingen tries to go through the middle again, and he's swallowed up pretty handily after a 3-yard gain to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, right now, Atlanta has 68 plays, and Charleston just ran their 43rd. So you can see who has had the possession of the ball most of this game.
Yeah.
And don't forget, Charleston coming into this game was averaging 146, just over 146 yards rushing a game. They have 56 coming into right now.
Yeah, definitely trying to make TD Drew beat them. This one's going to be over the middle. This time is a real nice seed through 3 swarm players, and it's Buchanan Simons who has that ball over the middle. It's 1st and 10.
Second catch of the game here for Buchanan Simons. It could come at a big time here. Just a little short out right in between 4 defenders. Places that ball beautifully. Brings up a first down on Atlanta's side of the field. See what they can do here.
1st and 10. Under center. Handoff. Swearingen left side. No, he doesn't quite get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say he does, though, for 2nd and 10, as they'll lose nothing and gain nothing.
Still rolling there. Joshua Williams coming up there on the tackle. I don't think you should be running the football at this point. You're down 2 scores. You got to get that ball in the air to your playmakers. If you want to use Swearingen out the backfield, go ahead. But you need to start throwing the football here.
In the gun. Play action. Drew over the middle. Has an opening. Found it. 1st down and a couple of more. Get him to the 35-yard line. Buchanan Simons again. They're starting to find a seam over the middle. They're trying to exploit.
The fake handoff there, the play action to Swearingen gave Buchanan Simons that little time to get free down there in the middle of the zone there. So great play calling there. We'll see if they can continue to capitalize on this play calling.
Under center. Handoff Swearingen through the middle. This time he'll get at least a few to make it a manageable 2nd down play. At the very least, keeping Atlanta honest. Still a decent bit of time left in this 4th quarter.
The 10-season vet, Qantas Shine, coming up there with the tackle, making it 2nd and 5. And right now, the clock is also the enemy of Charleston here. You need 2 scores, and you have 5.5 minutes to go.
We've seen 2 scores in a shorter amount of time, but they need to get started. Swearingen is the only back. Drew to the outside. Caught. Got to try to turn it upfield. Can't do it. Gets at least closer, and he steps out of bounds as well. It's 3rd and 2. Ken McCarro brings that one in, and they at least have a chance to try to extend this drive.
Brings up a 3rd and 2, a 3rd and very manageable situation right here. You can do either or. You can run it with Swearingen, pass it, do the short dump, do the screen. Atlanta's got to be on their toes here defensively to try to stop.
We have not seen a lot of rushes on 3rd down from Charleston. This one we will see through the middle, and it's not going to work as Swearingen will get shut down at the line of scrimmage, and they're in field goal range. But I think at this point, you really got to consider going for it here. I don't think a field goal is going to do the job with the time remaining.
You can't put 3 on the board here. You have to. Yeah, you have to at least try to get the 1st down. If not, put it in the end zone here.
4th down. Snap ball is snapped. Throw over the middle. It's incomplete. I thought he had it in his hands. He could not hold on. And that is Ken McCarro, who's kicking himself. It's a turnover on downs, and Atlanta has the football.
Dylan Rowan with a humongous hit right here. I think that ball was caught and just maybe tipped. But Moose Papineau comes up. Looks like the ball got tipped and it went behind him. And then Moose Papineau comes up and gives him the hit, so he couldn't complete the catch. Great defensive stand there by the Atlanta Swarm. That might just put this ball game out of reach.
Yeah, still some time left, so if they can get a quick stop, quick 3 and out, they might have a shot. We've seen weirder things, but it's going to be a real tight go. This is going to be a handoff through the middle. Not going to happen. It's a two-yard loss for Hollywood. He's 88 yards in after the loss of yards in a couple of plays. So not quite BDG Hollywood-esque, but he's been consistent and efficient throughout.
He has been, and I think you're gonna see a lot of run blitzing right now here from Charleston
Yeah,
to try to force them to either throw the football or maybe force another turnover and be down close to the goal line.
offset I formation for Dynasty under center. Hollywood the deep back. Time taken off, handoff, and immediately Hollywood gets taken down without much ceremony. Get it to the 20-yard line, 3rd and 16. This is exactly what the doctor ordered for Charleston so far in this drive, but still plenty of time for Atlanta to tick off that clock before they have to give the ball back to Charleston.
Dick Baker there with the tackle for loss, making up for those two offsides penalties that he took earlier in this game. And that was a 3rd and 16.
In the gun, 2 with him. Dynasty set to make a throw on this 3rd and long. Has the football, play action. Over the middle, that's caught, gets him back upfield a little bit, but good job converging to the ball. Forces the 4th down. Still no timeouts called by Charleston. They have all 3 and the 2-minute warning to work with, and they're going to get the ball back with a couple minutes left.
Yep, great defense there, not letting the first down. If you actually see Sean Harrelson signing for the first time in this game, or catch for 8 yards, but brings up a 4th down. I'm surprised that Charleston didn't use a timeout there to try to save some of this clock.
Yeah, I think that's the prevailing thought. I would have probably used a timeout at that point as well, but it is what it is. I mean, they have all 3 still and the 2-minute warning. They'll at least be able to use all of that with 2:34 left, as Atlanta will draw down this play clock as long as possible. And the snap is taken. Punt is up and gone. It'll be past midfield. Fair catch called for at the 34-yard line. And that will give Charleston the football and probably one more good attempt. I think if they don't get points on this drive, they're probably done. And by points, I mean 6.
Yeah, they have to have 6. A 3 won't do it here. And a smart play there by the return man. Not going to try to do anything spectacular, maybe cause a fumble or turn the ball over. Just get the ball in the hands of your offense.
And if you're Atlanta, keep everything in front of you. Nothing over the top. Right side. That was a jumping grab. First down and a few more. Ken McCarro gets up to make that play. That was gorgeous. And Charleston's starting to move. First play from scrimmage is real nice. Second play from scrimmage is another real nice one and a huge hit past the 40-yard line to the 38. As that last play will bring us to the last 2 minutes. 2-minute warning on screen, 26-13 Atlanta. Charleston with the ball and moving. Stay with us here in the 4th quarter. And we are back inside of 2 minutes here at the Hive. Home crowd trying to celebrate a win, but Charleston trying to say not so fast. It is TD Drew in the gun. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Drew to throw, steps up the pocket, throws on the run, and nobody in that immediate zip code will be able to catch that one, as that is going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Predators. And Keith Swearingen, Gerald, that really has not made as much of an impact, I think, as much as he or his team would have liked.
No, the last 2 games combined, Swearingen has had 39 carries and less than 130 yards, not more than 61 yards rushing in either game right now. Swearingen is not being as productive as he should be.
That's right side deep and incomplete. That was very, very close to a real nice play on either side, as that one was contestable on both sides of the ball. 3rd and 10 as a 3rd and long coming up for TD Drew and company.
Getting back to Swearingen, he has 7 touchdowns, 6 on the ground, 1 reception, has not seen or even been close to the end zone in this game. Aaron Lee comes up there with a humongous pass deflection, getting rid of the football, separating the ball from the receiver, bringing up a humongous 4th down and 10 to go.
Yep.
Right here's the ball game.
It absolutely is. Atlanta's crowd getting loud, trying to make something happen, getting them to a 2-2 record if they can do it. Drew is under center. Looks to throw, 4th down, fade over the top. It's caught to the 10-yard line, out to the 7. No, they'll mark it with a 9, sorry, but they'll call the timeout and get them to a 1st and goal for Charleston. Game not over yet, but they need a couple of miracles.
Jay Taylor there. Why the one cornerback decided they were going to go for the interception instead of going for the football. Going for the receiver, and it costs them big as Taylor gets his 3rd catch of the game. Nothing bigger, brings him inside the 10. Hold on, folks. This game might not be over yet.
Well, they got to score first. That's the big one. 1st and goal. Drew, tackled, sacked, brought down, and the clock continues to go. 2nd and goal as they try no huddle. Play action. Drew to throw. Puts on a small screen. Nothing much doing there. Gets it to 3rd and goal, and Charleston will take their 2nd to last timeout.
I believe that was Leo Jefferson with the sack, or it could have been Joshua Williams. I really couldn't catch the number, but that was a huge play right there. Driving back, it was only a yard loss, a couple yard loss, but it kept the clock going. It comes up with a big 3rd and goal here from the 10.
No worries. TD Drew took the hit. I'm pretty sure he couldn't catch the number of that truck anyway. Drew under center. Quick drop back, thrown to the right. Got hit as he threw. Plenty of field in front of him, but he gets converged on immediately. And don't look now, but it's 4th and goal, and Charleston has used their last timeout.
Why you put TD Drew on the line on a 3rd and goal from the 10 is beyond me. You got to get him. You have to give him some time to throw the football. You have to put him in the shotgun. He needs to be in the shotgun here. At least give him a chance to at least survey the field, and he's under center again.
He is under center. We'll see how far back he drops back on this play. Atlanta's going to send the house if they can. They've already gotten him twice on this drive. Quick drop back, thrown towards the left side. Did he get in? No, he did not. And that is going to be a turnover on downs. Atlanta's going to get the football, and that is going to do it as far as Atlanta getting the win in this football game, as a couple of kneel downs will do it.
Great tackle there from Blake Hamrick, basically stopping this game and making this game a win for Atlanta. Great defense right there. Kind of iffy on the play calling right there, throwing that Strello out, but good defense by Atlanta, by the Atlanta Swarm.
And Atlanta's going to move it out of the end zone. Quick drop back, minute 14 to go, and they'll get out to a 3-yard gain. Reminder, Atlanta kicks us off next week versus Chicago in the Windy City Saturday at 3 p.m. Cameron Irvine, Rich Pratchard on the call for that game. And your crowd play game of the week Sunday at 4:30. And I believe that is Tulsa and Las Vegas. Going to be doing battle in that one, so definitely get your markers out for that one. Mark that in your calendar and download the Crowd Play app if you have not already. It's a way to win free money, people, while watching the game you guys love. It's pretty easy to do. You answer questions, you win money. Pretty simple. Good stuff from Crowd Play. Greatest partner, really good partnership with the SFL so far. This is going to be right side and tackled at the 3-yard line. 3rd and 11, but Atlanta's not sweating this. They will let the clock run, and they have probably one more play to go before this one's done.
Yeah, and like you said, the Atlanta Swarm traveled to the Windy City to play Chicago, and it doesn't get easier for Charleston as they go to 1-3, and they're playing the resurgent Arizona Scorpions,
Yeah.
who are 3-1. Ashley Jackson having a heck of a season, over 85% completion percentage. I think a QBR of over 115.
Yeah.
So it's not
That's
going
gonna
to
be a
get
good one.
any easier for Charleston.
Not going to be any easier for either team, no doubt, as we get to the end of this football game. Gerald, your thoughts on what turned out to be a fairly one-sided show as Charleston really just couldn't get it going?
Yeah, coming into this game, we showed the stats numerous times about more than 30 points. But right there you can see 4 turnovers created by Charleston, only resulting in 6 points. That's really the ball game in a nutshell.
Yep.
When you have that many interceptions, 3 in the second half, I mean, you just have to put more than 3 points on the board. Really not really a standout performer. I mean, Bryant Dynasty was 30 of 38 for 288, had 2 touchdowns, but those 3 picks.
Yeah.
One big play was the whole game was from Lyric Da Vinci, that 80-yard reception. But basically, the defense for Atlanta came in here with a revamped game plan, it seems, and only gave up 13 points. So good job to the Atlanta Swarm on both sides of the football to get this W. Big win for them.
Yeah, big win for Atlanta, gets them back to 2-2 on the season and gets the defending champs in a spot where they could potentially start going on a run. But it does not get any easier for them as they have the Scorpions next up on the docket in 1 week's time. We'll see how that fares out, but it should be good stuff for that particular game. And on the other side, Charleston goes to Chicago, and that'll be a fun one to see if Chicago can beat them at home or if Charleston can finally get on the right track. But it's a good one in this game. Gerald, in 3 seconds or less, give me your player of the game.
Gotta be Bryant Dynasty, even though he had 3 picks, had a QBR of 82.9, 288 yards, 2 big touchdown passes. It's gotta be Bryant Dynasty.
You took 8 seconds, but we'll take it anyway. Your winner of the player of the game is Siege Falco, who gets 7 receptions, 124 yards, and a touchdown, and about 18 yards per catch is what will do it for the player of the game. For Gerald Giudice, Cameron Irvine, and our statisticians, and everyone here at SFL HQ, I'm Chris Curtis saying goodbye and good night from Atlanta, Georgia. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. For more information, head over to simulationfl.net. Good night from the Deep South. We'll see you next week for Week 5.